Hi, I'm Sheriff Mike Lukas for the Portage County Sheriff's Office, here to discuss a little bit about the spring 2022 prescription drug takebacks that's going to be occurring here coming in April. I just wanted to get out some of the locations and times that the county and the city do these drug takebacks, along with some of our permanent locations for our drug takeback boxes. Starting April 26th, the week of April 25th actually is the state drug take back week, and we will be doing the drug takebacks out in Rochelle at the Rochelle Cafe on April 26th from 11:30 to 12:30, and then on Thursday we will be at the Village Park Lodge in Junction City. That's at the baseball fields, if anybody's not really familiar out there, from 11:30 to 12:30. And then on Friday I'll be out at the Jensen Center at Amherst from 11:30 to 1. And then on Saturday, there's two locations, one in the city, that's at the Lincoln Center from 8 a.m. to noon on April 30th. And then also down at the community center down in Almond, that's right next to the library down in the village of Almond from 12:30 to 2. So those are the locations that we do in-person drug takebacks, but we always have permanent drop boxes at the Portage County Sheriff's Office, right at the Law Enforcement Center. And we also have it on Michigan Avenue at Stevens Point Police Department, and also at Plover Police Department down in the village of Plover. So those are locations where you can do it. Now let's talk about some of the things that are acceptable and not acceptable to bring to the drug takebacks. A lot of things that, through the past years, I've been doing this now as sheriff for the last 8 years, being out there and collecting these. A lot of the things that I see come that are unacceptable are the EpiPens and the syringes. Anybody that has the sharps information like their sharps that they have in a lot, you need to contact the solid waste department at 346-1931. And that's a schedule how to bring those in and time to bring those in. If you have minimal amounts, I tell people there's a lot of sharps containers throughout Portage County at some of the businesses. You can utilize some of the sharps containers in some of those areas. But if you bring in a lot of needles and EpiPens, definitely go to the MRF, because you can actually dispose of it that way and schedule a time. The other thing that I also see a lot out in the county is I see a lot of animal prescriptions. Those are not allowed. Those should be taken to your veterinarian, and they have a proper way to dispose of the medications for your pets, because those are a little bit different and they don't come in the packaging normal for humans. So we discourage any of that, and also the veterinarians have a course to get rid of the prescription medications for animals. Other than that, pills, syrups, salves, creams, capsules are all acceptable. You should have your labels so that when you bring them there, you can dump them into a bag. But if you're transporting those, just realize there are certain laws in regards to prescription pills that you have to have documentation of what they are. Now, I understand, and there's some locations that, people, I've had a lot of cancer patients that have passed away where the family brings them in and they take them out of the pill bottles because they would have boxes of prescriptions otherwise with all of the pill bottles. So they take them and they put them in the bags, and they have the pill bottles in a different box, so they're separate, but they're with them. That we take that because it is nicer for packaging and also for disposal for the pills to be outside of the bottle. If you do bring the bottles, don't worry, we will incinerate the bottle. Clean way of doing it, because the incinerator burns clean, and you don't have to worry about tearing the labels off, because that will be destroyed also. In the past, they always said, cross off your name, tear off the label. No need to do that, because we're not disposing the pill bottles. We are actually putting those through the clean incinerator that they have now. Also, blister packs, you don't need to take them out of the blister packs. That is also incinerated. So anything that's in blister packs, no need to take all the pills out of the blister packs. You can dispose of those with the blister packs, and those will also be incinerated. Items that you should not bring also along with the sharps are your inhalers. I know this is tough, but those can be actually recycled if you expel all the medication. So that's what they tell you, is to expel all the medication and then you can recycle. The oxygen tanks, those are not acceptable. Nebulizers, sharps, and any radioactive cancer medication. There are some out there that say radioactive. We cannot accept those also. So, you know, in regards to, we do these in the spring and also in the fall. We usually collect about 1,100 pounds of medications throughout Portage County, and then we transport that to the incinerator area and dispose of those. We do have these permanent drop boxes, 365 days a year. So make sure if you do miss these, to dispose of these, because we don't want these sitting in people's houses. Grandkids or somebody come over and actually get into some medication that could really harm them.